Yo dudes, it is Blake from Green Knuckles Lacrosse, and this week's Fogo Friday we'll be reviewing the STX Duel 2. I don't think we need a big intro for this head. I think everyone knows what it is by now. So let's just go ahead and get right into the specs. Let's talk about the most obvious parts of the Duel 2 that are different from the original Duel, and that's obviously the scoop. Okay, they thickened it up. Instead of having that wavy pattern that they had on the first one, they left it nice and thick from end to end. But you can still see that wavy pattern in there, which is pretty cool. They're calling this style of scoop the speed scoop, and it's a great scoop. I absolutely love it. It's definitely my number 2 scoop on the list now. First one's obviously the 2F, but this is a great scoop. Definitely huge improvement from the first one. So the next area of improvement that STX really touched on with the Duel 2 was the head wobble. Oh my God, the first Duel's head wobble was so annoying. It was horrible. I had a lot of shafts that just didn't really fit well with the Duel. It'd shake everywhere, and it caused the shaft to break off at the very top of it just because of the amount of play it had. And the pressure and the force, it just snapped the shaft right in half. So they did redesign the throat plug, and they made it looks like a little bit bigger so you can have a more snug fit for the shafts. It fits well on most shafts. I say most because I do have one shaft that it just wobbles around on still. That might be the shaft's problem, but not sure, so I'm gonna say it's most shafts it fits on pretty well. And they got rid of the side screw that goes through the shaft. That was, I don't know why they did that to begin with, but they got rid of that idea. And instead of having it there, they put 4 screw holes in the throat. They got 2 in the back, 1 on the sides. So you got 4 now instead of 3. So what they changed from the original Duel is, well, first the ball stop. That thing is absolutely awesome. I love that. STX, you guys did a great job on that. They changed the sidewall holes style and the layout, if you can see that. I'm not gonna get into this, it's a pretty obvious one. More stringing holes, which means more stringability. The other problem with the Duel was it had very limited stringing options because of the way they laid out the sidewall holes. Now they realized that doesn't really a big deal with the integrity of the head, so we're gonna throw in a lot more to make it easier to string, but they did space them out a little bit down here more in the throat of the head, where it's mainly the strongest point at. But this is definitely a nice plus to have in the Duel 2. More sidewall holes, better stringability, better pockets. Next thing they improved on is this bottom sidewall rail. They thickened it up right here in this region to make the throw of the head a lot stronger. And the rest of the changes on this head are just basically aesthetics. They're nothing that's gonna really improve the performance of the head. They're just for looks. Right out of the box, this thing has an awesome face shape. I absolutely love it. It seems like it's a pretty common theme now with face-off heads to have this really narrow throat leading up into the channel and out where the scoop flares out. It's really narrow up through here. That's becoming more and more a popular theme. So STX definitely hopped on that train and they took full advantage of it. And that's pretty much all the specs and the things that I've noticed that have changed from the original Duel to the Duel 2 now. So now let's talk about what the head looks like after a few weeks of using it. So here's the Duel 2 that I've been using for about 3.5 weeks now of just straight reps at practice, live reps. Shout out to Champion Strings for the sweet string job, check them out. But this is what it looks like after a pretty good amount of use. Keep in mind, I am playing in Florida, it is hot. It's over 100 degrees on the turf every day we play. So this head has seen a lot of action through some pretty serious weather. Before I get into the pros and cons of this head, let's go ahead and show you guys how this head looks during live reps, as well as how it looks from different angles. Set. First thing I like about the head is it does a great job at accepting the angle that you're trying to put it in. In other words, if you ever use a 2F and you tried flexing it a certain way, it kind of kicks back and fights what you're trying to do to it. That's because the head's trying to keep its original shape and trying to keep it durable as long as possible. Now, Duel 2 does a great job at accepting what you're trying to do to it. It doesn't try to fight you, it doesn't try to kick back on you. It does a great job at accepting your weight at the angle that you're putting it on. You can really crush down on the head and crush those sidewalls in. And it's just really nice that it's not trying to fight you. Outside of the scoop being amazing, the stringability being amazing, and obviously that crushing factor, that's pretty much it as far as what I like about the head. It was a pretty easy transition to switch over to from the original Duel to the Duel 2. It was almost exactly the same, just a little bit different. You're gonna feel like it's more of a structured Duel. It's gonna have more of a bulkier feeling when you're facing off with it. And as a CEO guy, you will have a better chance of liking this than the first one. You can just tell by this little, almost like a face flex that's developing here. This side crushes real nice and almost gets a little face flex when you use it. So if you're a CEO guy and you're looking to try a Duel, try the Duel 2, don't try the original one. You'll definitely have a better shot at liking this. Now the cons of this head, first one, the freaking throat. What the like, what is going on here? Automatically minus 1,000 points. This is horrible. Not this, the throw itself, I'm talking the angle. Look at this angle. It's exactly the opposite of where our hands line up at. Who's designing this? Like, who thinks of this? Okay, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you do need those 2 screws back there. Okay, but don't tease us with this. If you need the 2 screws to be this far out, make it straight. This is just teasing us. This makes it feel like it's longer than what it actually is. Now, if this isn't the case, flip this around. Put these 2 screws on the front so we can have that angle that we want. But nope. This is what we're stuck with, and it drives me nuts. Automatically minus 1,000 points. God, what the heck? My last problem with the head, obviously durability. Okay, it doesn't do, my standards are pretty high now that the 2F came out. I expect all my heads to perform the way that did. And as far as durability, it's very hard to beat the 2F because that thing is insane with durability. Now this, different story. This side gets completely destroyed. It bows in like this, it crushes. And after a long face-off, it'll stay kinked. But the head does a good job at the rebound. It snaps back really well, but it stays kind of kinked down here. And it's really hard to do more than a face-off when it's pinched like this, and obviously it's illegal. So that's definitely the biggest downfall aside from this stupid freaking angle. But yeah, you can just see the warping. You're getting further away from the ball. If the ball is lined up here, your sidewall is just dipping away from it, so that's never a good thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have a lot of cons for the head. The biggest thing that I was looking to see out of STX was to make the improvements on the original Duel, and that was to improve the scoop and improve the head wobble. Everything else was totally fine, and that's pretty much what they did. Those are the 2 main areas that they fixed, and they did a great job at developing the head. Last and final thing for this video, is the Duel 2 worth getting over the Mark IIF? Now here, let me lay a few things out for you, okay? I'm not gonna pick sides, but here, I'll tell you guys what I think. The 2F is great for durability, stringability, and offensive play, okay? In order to have all 3 of those, you have to have a pretty structured head that doesn't absorb the way you try to put it in a certain angle, like I mentioned earlier, okay? Now to have a head that does that absorbs it really well, you're gonna sacrifice durability and stringability, okay? So with the 2F, you obviously have the durability and stringability, but at the same time, it doesn't crush as well as a Duel 2 does. Now, Duel 2 does the exact opposite. It crushes extremely well, but the durability of the head sucks compared to the 2F. This is not horrible, but just comparing it to the 2F, it's not good. So if you're looking for a face-off stay-on head out of the Duel 2, you can do it, but I recommend the 2F for sure. It does a much better job at snapping back into its place. Has a great scoop, great stringability. You can actually play lacrosse with it. Not saying that the Duel 2 can't do that, but it can't do it as well. That pretty much wraps up the video. I don't really have much more to say about the Duel 2. STX, you guys did a phenomenal job with the improvements in this head. I will definitely be using it in the season, and durability isn't a big deal to me because I have plenty of heads. So this is definitely gonna be my go-to head for the season. I would give this a 5-star, but the throat really bothers me. And that's about it. That's the only thing setting it apart from being a full 5 out of 5 stars. Other than that, outstanding head. I definitely recommend it if you're a Duel guy. Definitely make the switch. You won't be sorry. You won't have to worry about missing a ground ball. And that wraps it up for this week's Fogo Friday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions on the STX Duel 2 or any questions in general, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. Like and share this video. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Check us out on Instagram at GreenKnucklesLacrosse and check out our website at greenknucklesLacrosse.com for some sweet hats. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Till then, kids, get them dirty.